Middle school me was soft. Not gentle soft, weak soft, anxious. I was fighting my own body, trying to make it smaller, quieter. I had anorexia, though I didn't have the word for it then. I was just hollow. And Diana? In 8th grade, she was kind. Or she mirrored kindness back at me. We traded notes. It felt real. Then high school started. A switch flipped. It began with lies, not the silly she likes so-and-so lies. Dark, sticky, disgusting lies about things I'd supposedly done, the kind that make people's nostrils flare. She'd say I smelled, not like sweat, but like something wrong. And the bag thing. In homeroom, we had shared shelves. She'd put her bag down, see mine, and physically recoil. She'd move hers to the far end. Then she'd look at her friends, and they'd move theirs. My bag would sit alone, an island of shame. It was social engineering. She made excluding me the default setting. For a whole year, she was the architect of my misery. I was her quiet, crumbling project. My reputation was ruined before it even started. I'd walk into the cafeteria and conversations would dip. I did nothing. My anger was so huge it was paralyzing. It just sat in my gut, a cold, heavy stone. Then I got help, therapy, medication. Slowly, I rebuilt. I gained weight, but more importantly, I gained territory inside my own head. The anger didn't leave, it just liquefied. It went from a frozen block to a current. I could direct it. I no longer wanted to vanish. I wanted equilibrium. Life has a weird sense of timing. This year, I was seated near her again in a class we'd shared freshman year. History. It was like walking back into a crime scene. But I was different now. I was an observer. And I observed. One day, she was whispering with her new lieutenant. They thought they were quiet. They weren't. She was talking about her 2 little sisters. Cute kids, all braces and giggles. And Diana, she called them subhuman, said they were genetic garbage. Laughed about it, her own blood. The coldness of it, it didn't shock me. It clicked. This was her. This cruelty was her native language. And I filed it away, that cold, hard fact. I put it in the pocket of my mind next to the stone of my old anger. The opportunity came months later. A new elective, Intro to Dance. I took it for an easy credit. So did Diana. And her dance teacher, Mr. Flores, was there. The important thing? Mr. Flores wasn't just her high school teacher. He taught at the prestigious junior studio in town. He oversaw her entire dance career, her solos, her competitions, her recommendations for college teams. He was her gateway. The second piece? My partner in class, Chloe, was a volunteer assistant at that same junior studio. She helped with the little kids' classes. Diana's sister's class. The universe had assembled the components. It just needed a spark. One day, we were doing cool-down stretches. Chloe was venting about dance moms and how vicious they could be about other people's kids. She said, "It's like they forget their own kids were..." And I saw my opening. It was calm. So calm. I lowered my voice just enough. Mr. Flores was adjusting the stereo nearby, well within earshot. I said to Chloe, "Yeah, it's awful. The worst is when it comes from the older siblings. It's so damaging." Chloe leaned in. "Ah, seriously?" And I told her. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't sneer. I laid out the facts like I was stating the weather. I said, "Like Diana's sisters? It's so sad. Diana genuinely believes they're ugly. She talks about it constantly. I heard her in history. She said they were dead ugly and that she was embarrassed to be related to them." Chloe's face morphed from curiosity to horror. "No, she's their sister." I just nodded, all solemn sympathy. "I know. And with everything else going on in that family, it must be so hard for them." Mr. Flores had gone very still. He was pretending to untangle cords, but his shoulders were tense. "What else?" Chloe whispered, hooked. Here I added the second, entirely true, anchor. "Well, You remember that huge scandal with the football team last year? The sexual harassment allegations that almost got 3 guys kicked off and charged? Yeah? Her boyfriend was the ringleader, the main one. The school hushed it up because his dad donated, but he was the one who started it all, almost went to jail. This wasn't gossip. This was a matter of quiet school administration record, a truth everyone whispered but no one said aloud. I let it hang in the air. Then I added the final, masterful stitch. I looked right at Chloe, my eyes wide with faux concern. I just feel so bad for those little girls. To have a sister who despises them and to be in a family with that kind of moral compass at their studio, it's just a lot of negative energy around them, you know? That was it. I didn't say more. I went back to stretching. But I saw it. Mr. Flores's head snapped up. He looked at Diana, who was laughing obliviously across the room, and then back at me. His face was a mask of pure, unadulterated shock. He mouthed a single, silent word. What? For the rest of the class, he was distracted. His eyes kept drifting to Diana, not with his usual teacherly pride, but with a new, cold assessment. He was seeing the ghost of her cruelty, and he was seeing it hovering around the little girls in his precious junior program. The seeds were planted, deep, in the most fertile soil imaginable, the conscience of a man whose opinion she needed. I didn't do another thing. I didn't have to. The machinery was in motion. Chloe, the gossip conduit, would tell the other assistants. Mr. Flores's perception of his star dancer was permanently, irrevocably cracked. He would watch her differently. He might hesitate before giving her the prime solo. He might write a slightly less glowing recommendation. The favoritism would dry up. That was my revenge. Not a shout, but a whisper. Not a fist, but a carefully placed piece of truth delivered to the exact right person at the exact right time. I walked out of that class feeling lighter than I had in 3 years. The stone in my gut was gone. It had been launched silently, and it had found its target. I saw her a week later practicing alone in the studio after school. She looked ordinary, just a girl sweating in a leotard. The monster I'd built in my head for years had shrunk to human size. A nasty, petty human. I'm leaving for college in a year and a half, out of state. I'll never see her again, but I don't have to carry that rotting anger with me. I left it here, in this town, woven into the fabric of her reputation. It's done. And yeah, You want to know if it was revenge? Of course it was. Let's not dress it up in pretty words about closure or karma. It was revenge. Cold, deliberate, and served exactly to my taste. For 2 years, I carried the rot she planted inside me. It wasn't just hurt feelings. It was structural damage. She took a girl who was already fighting to exist, fighting an eating disorder, fighting an anxiety that screamed at me from the moment I woke up, and she made my existence her public entertainment. She turned my name into a synonym for something disgusting. She made my very presence in a room a problem to be solved by moving bags away, by shifting seats. That kind of thing, it doesn't just fade, it calcifies. Therapy gave me tools, but it didn't erase the memory of walking through those halls feeling like I was trailing a bad smell. Medication softened the edges of the panic, but it didn't soften the memory of her laugh aimed at me. So yes, when the universe finally, after years, handed me the blueprint and the tools, I took them. I didn't hesitate. Revenge isn't about matching her cruelty. That would have made me her. Throwing a drink in her face? Starting a rumor? That's messy. That's emotional. That's her style. My revenge was intellectual. It was strategic. It was about understanding the ecosystem she valued most, her perfect dance career, her reputation with a teacher who held her future, and introducing a single lethal predator into it. The predator was the truth. Her truth. The truth about how she spoke about her own sisters. The truth about the company she kept. I didn't scream it. I didn't post it. I gifted it. I wrapped it in a package of concern and handed it directly to the one person whose opinion of her could actually cause consequence. I turned her own weapon, gossip, social poison, against her, but I did it with sterilized instruments. No lies, just curated facts released into the perfect environment to breed doubt, distrust, and disillusion. I watched Mr. Flores's face change in real time. I saw the moment the image of his perfect, dedicated dancer shattered, and he saw the cruel, petty girl behind it. That was the moment. That was the victory. Not some public fall, but a private, permanent shift in how she is seen by someone who matters to her. She took away my peace for a year. I have sown a seed of doubt in the foundation of the thing she loves most. It may grow into nothing. It may grow into a vine that tangles her steps. I don't know, and I don't care to follow up. The act was complete the moment I saw that shock on his face. So, is it revenge? Absolutely. It's the only kind I could live with. The quiet kind. The kind that doesn't stain your hands, but changes the world of the person who stained your soul. And yes, I feel better. I feel